Oh, what's good, everybody? What's the deal? What's good? What's good, everybody? This is my second time here on Ticket's channel, Ticket TV live stream. Obviously, shout out to him for allowing us to do our little thing right here. Shout out to everybody. I'm Mario. I will share my YouTube channel on the chat so y'all guys can subscribe to my channel. I do content mostly in Spanish, but I know a little bit of English too. So today we'll be talking about the Denver Nuggets and the fact that I think they need to have at least a number three seed because we are going to talk about obviously throughout history, the last couple of years, we have never seen a team winning a championship without being at least a third seed. So, welcome everybody. I'm your host. I'm Mario. Let me share my YouTube channel in the comments so y'all can go and subscribe to my channel. Give me 1 second. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the LDBC Lions Dance basketball community. Shout out to everybody here. Um, Shout out to Herm. Shout out to all contributors here, man. Let me give me 1 second. Give me 1 second right here. Shout out to Big Nose and shout out to everybody. The whole crew. Shout out to the whole crew, man. So there you go. That's my channel, NBA a la Chilena. You can go there and subscribe to my channel. So today we're gonna be talking. Oh, and don't forget the name of the show is called Cross Country Bowling. This is like a tribute. This is like a little tribute to Young Dolph. One of his albums where was called Cross Country Trapping. So today, from now on, this is gonna be the name of my show, the cross country bowling show. So welcome everybody. Today we are gonna be talking about the Denver Nuggets. Man, Denver is on his way. Is trying to get back to the championship. Try to get a back-to-back title. The last time we had a back-to-back title in the NBA, I think it was obviously with the Golden State Warriors in 2017, 2018. Before that, it was LeBron with the Miami Heat. Before that, I think it was Kobe with Paul Gasol. And obviously after that, it was the three-peat from Shaq, the three-peat from Michael, and the back-to-back from Hakeem Olajuwon. And I want to talk specifically about the Hakeem Olajuwon's Rockets in 1994 and 1995. Why it is important to bring them up? Because they were the last team to win a championship, being outside three seed. So the Rockets in 1995, if I'm not mistaken, they were like the number six seed. I don't know, the number six seed when they went on to win back-to-back titles. And after that, I mean, since then, my bad, since then, we have never seen a champion being outside the three seed. So to me, it's imperative that Denver gets to the at least number three seed. Obviously, it's gonna be difficult. The fucking OKC Thunder is playing very well. Minnesota is playing very well too. The Clippers. I think if they are healthy, if the strippers are healthy, I think they are the biggest threat to Denver in the West. But outside of that, I don't think. I think it's gonna go down with those four teams. Minnesota, OKC, Denver, and the Clippers for the seating for the standings, not for the championship, because I don't trust. Obviously, I don't know how many people trust OKC to get deep into the playoffs. I think they can get maybe out of the first round, but they're gonna go down in the second round. Um, so Denver has to stay healthy. Denver has to rely on the system. We gotta get KCP healthy. We gotta get all the starters healthy. Obviously, a lot of people talk about Jamal Murray, the fact that he hasn't made an All-Star game. But I think Jamal has his eyes on the big prize, which is winning another championship. Nobody thought that the Denver Nuggets were gonna win last year. So um, I don't think too many people got confidence this year on the Denver Nuggets to repeat. But I think they can get at least to the finals. Obviously, Joker to me is highly regarded as the best player in the NBA. The way that he affects the game, the way that he impacts the game, the way that he very rarely misses any games. So um, oh, but according to the ESPN projections, the Minnesota Timberwolves, I think they got like a 64% chance to get the number one seed. So, well, according to that stat, I don't see obviously Denver getting the one seed. The Clippers, according to the ESPN projections, they got a 40% chance to get the number two seed. The Clippers, like it is funny that the Clippers this year Kawhi played a lot of games. He played like 16, 17 games in a row. That shit didn't happen like since 2011, since 2012, something like that. um they got James Harden, they got Westbrook coming off the bench, they got Powell. The only thing that worries me, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize is the fact that the Clippers are fucking small. I don't know if the Clippers can get deep into the playoffs, or if they are down in a series. I don't have much trust in them Clippers going small in the playoffs. So that's gonna be a huge question for them to answer in the postseason, if they can sustain their offense without Subac, because obviously, if the Denver Nuggets were to face the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals, I think the game plan for Denver offensively obviously will be to give Jokic a lot of paint touches and go straight at Subac, so to put him in foul trouble. Um, but I think if we have to talk about three like serious contenders right now to win the championship, I think it's Denver, Boston, and the Clippers. How many of y'all trust in the Phoenix Suns? How much trust do you got in the Phoenix Suns? How much trust do you got in the Milwaukee Bucks? We have seen all the quotes coming from Giannis, coming from Lillard, coming from obviously Doug Rivers, um, saying that he thought it was gonna be a little bit a little bit easier when he took over the job. Giannis saying that a lot of things have changed, ownership, star players, coaches, and Damian and Giannis obviously saying that it is Damian Lillard's team. So I don't know what to think about the Milwaukee Bucks. Obviously, they got a top three player in the NBA right now in Giannis, but I don't know how much trust can we put in the Milwaukee Bucks. So if I have to say three real contenders right now, it would have to be the Denver Nuggets, the Boston Celtics, and the Clippers. But one thing today, yesterday I was doing like a live stream. I was doing a live stream on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It is NBA a la Chilena. I do most of my content in Spanish, but I know a little bit of English, even though it is very broke. My English is very broke, but this is my second language, so I've been trying to get better, and obviously, through the years, I've been learning a lot from this like quote unquote underground culture here on YouTube, on the YouTube streets, because I started, learning about journalism and shit, with fucking, I don't know, Undisputed, First Take. Like, I started paying more attention to basketball coverage, but, the traditional way. But ever since I got into, like I said, the quote unquote underground basketball coverage here on YouTube, I think I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot, and that shit has helped me too. Wrong viewers, you Mexican? No, no, no. But I'm part of the raza. I don't care I don't care if you guys think that I'm Mexican. I'm not Mexican. I'm from Chile, but we are all part of the raza. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I was doing this live stream yesterday, and I was talking about this same thing. That we have three serious contenders: Nuggets, Boston Celtics, and Los Angeles Clippers. Some people call them the San Diego Paper Clips or the San Diego Strippers. But there are a lot of boxes that you need to check. Like fucking health, depth, offense, defense. If you got 3-point shooters, is your team proven? Are they proven in the playoffs? The percentages, obviously, how much are you shooting from the free throw, from 3-pointer, from field goals, the coach, the number one option, the system, and the trust. I think if we are talking about these three contenders, Denver, Boston, and the Clippers, obviously, the one to me that checks most boxes out of all these three teams is the Denver Nuggets. They are healthy. Obviously, we have to trust in Jamal to stay healthy during the playoffs. The depth is a question mark for the Denver Nuggets. I don't have question about the offense. I don't have question about the defense. Even though a lot of people like to bash and to trash Nikola Jokic for not playing defense, but we saw what Denver did last playoffs on that side of the floor. 3-point shooters, obviously KCP, MPJ, Michael Porter. KCP, Michael Porter Jr., Jokic can shoot the three. Jamal Murray can shoot the three. Our worst 3-point shooter is Aaron Gordon. So I don't have question about that. Are we, is the, are Is Denver has Denver proved something in the playoffs? Obviously, they did it last year, so they are proven that they can get deep into the playoff and they can get the job done. We saw the Boston Celtics going against the Golden State Warriors in 2022. What happened? They were up, if I'm not mistaken, they were up 2-1, right? And then fell down and they lost against the Warriors. So Boston is not proven in the playoffs. They are not a proven team. That's what I'm saying. They are not a proven team. Are the Clippers a proven team? I don't think so. The furthest that they have gotten into the playoffs is the Western Conference Finals, in which Kawhi missed that series because he got injured against the fucking Utah Jazz. You remember? Yo, Mario, did Ticket tell you he bet 800 on the Bucks winning the championship? Yeah, man. Shout out to Ron Reviews, bro. Shout out to Ron Reviews. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We're trying to cook something right here. We're trying to cook something right here. I gotta get more comfortable, doing these live streams, and I think we're gonna do all right. Yeah, I think Ticket did Ticket not bet did he now made a bet like with Mr. Mass and Herm? Wow, Ticket! I gotta give shout out. I gotta give a shout out to Ticket, man. He has a lot of confidence in Milwaukee, man. But he has been Bucks not winning. Yeah, man. Shout out to Divine Unity. I don't got much trust in Milwaukee too, man. I think that the Milwaukee Bucks situation. I think it has disaster reading all over it, man. Um, you know, Going from Adrian Griffin to Doug Rivers. Now Doug Rivers making excuses. I don't know if you guys saw what JJ Redick said about Doug Rivers. Obviously, Ticket went off and did a number on JJ Redick, calling him out due to his performances in clutch games. But I don't know. The East, besides Boston, the East has been very inconsistent. I don't know if you guys agree with me. Obviously, Boston. I think Boston has like a 6 game. They are 6 games over the Cleveland Cavaliers, which they are second in the Eastern Conference standings. But besides Boston, the Cavs lately they have been playing really really well. Obviously, being led by Donovan Mitchell. Then you got the Milwaukee Bucks. They got a nice record, but are you trusting them to get deep into the playoffs with compromised Chris Middleton, with a fucking, I call him Brook Lopez. I call him dinosaur. So, with Damian Lillard, with Lame Dollar, who can guard a goddamn cone, with Malik Beasley, who obviously can play defense. You got the Knicks. They had a 4 game losing streak getting into the All-Star break. Obviously, a lot of players are injured from the Knicks. OG Anunoby, Julius Randle. I think didn't Jalen Brunson tweak his ankle too. Then you got the Sixers. When is Joel Embiid coming back, man? Can someone answer that question? When is Joel Embiid coming back? Yesterday I saw a report that he attended the 76er practice, but they are saying that they don't want to like put a timetable on his return, But are we trusting Joel Embiid to be healthy? If he is not healthy right now, what makes you think that he's going to be healthy in the playoffs? And then you got the Pacers, obviously the Heat. The Heat is always going to be a threat, but they have been dealing with a lot of injuries. Jimmy is disqualified for All NBA and for different awards and shit. Then you got the Magic, and I don't trust obviously Orlando, neither Chicago, Atlanta, Brooklyn, and Toronto. But I think let me read the comments. Celtics taking the championship. Wow. Salute to Divine Unity. What do you Divine Unity? What do you think about Jason Tatum? I think he did an interview with Malika Andrews, if I'm not mistaken. He said, "Oh, I'm the best player in the NBA. Is for me to take the being quote unquote the face of the NBA." He said, "Oh, people only judge me now because of what I do in the playoffs. They only judge me if in order to win a championship." And he was also saying, "Oh, with me winning a championship, that can solidify, me being the face of the NBA." But I don't know. LeFraud dog the Warriors tonight. Yeah, 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 yeah. Shout out to Jay Reed from Akron. Shout out to D Dub. Shout out to D Dub in the comments. Shout out to everybody, man. We got the NBA is back today. I forgot to mention that. The NBA is back today. We got a lot of good games. I think the Mavericks are playing the Suns. And the Warriors are playing the Lakers, but no LeBron James. He was quote unquote nursing. He was quote unquote nursing an ankle injury, but he still played in the All-Star game. Some people are saying, "Oh, he tweaked his ankle on a fast break dunk." Man, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that, man. Doesn't he spend like $2 million a year, man? If I'm spending $2 million a year, man, on my body, I should expect to not get injured, man. But whatever, man. Whatever. He will pay me 500, easy money. Shout out to Mr. Man. Shout out to bro. Shout out to you, bro. Let me share the link. Let me read the comments and let me share the link so I can get y'all in. Milwaukee Bums. Damn. Dice, Denver has a chance. I'm rooting for my Timberwolves, but I don't know if they can win a 7-game series. They've proven to fall apart. Salute. Yo, shout out to All Head Podcast, man. Don't forget to subscribe to T Price, man. Shout out to T Price, man. I usually watch his streams. He talks a lot about collegiate basketball, women and men. And I think we need to talk about more about women collegiate basketball, man. We got many stars, man. Juju Watson, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Deja Kelly, Paige Buckers, Cameron Brink, Camila Cardoso, and that's the difference. Let me say this very quickly. That's the difference between, like this is very different. The star power that the women's collegiate basketball have in contrast to the men collegiate basketball game. How many household names do we got playing in college? Bronny James, only because of his father, because that's the difference. The most women, they don't get the chance, to play for the G League, to play for the G League Ignite, to play for overtime, to play, overseas and shit, But the men's have different ways to get into the NBA. Shout out to everybody, man. Let me share the link. Let me share the link right now. So if y'all want to get in, y'all can get in. We here. We here. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel too. It is there. There is a playlist on my channel. There is a playlist. It is called Content in English. I do a lot of, not a lot, but whenever I get the chance to do an interview with someone. I think I interviewed Elder. Um, I think I've interviewed too Big Ox. I try to reach to different people. If they respond, we can set it up and do an interview. I don't know if you guys know. I don't know if you guys know the platform on YouTube called Locked On NBA. What up, T Price?
I'll be right with you. 1 second.
Don't I got you, bro. So let's get back to the zero fallout one. Denver has a chance. I'm rooting for my Timberwolves, but I don't know if they can win a 7-game series. I think let me I'm gonna mute you all head. Let me know when you're ready, man. Let me know when you're ready. Um you know, Minnesota I think is the number one defensive rating team. They got the best defensive rating in the NBA. But I don't trust much their clutch offense during clutch time. I don't know if they can the Minnesota Timberwolves rely on Anthony Edwards to be a decision maker at the end of games. I'm not sure. They re-signed Mike Conley for like 20 millions, but and we all got doubts about Gobert. We all got doubts about Karl Anthony Towns, if you can play them both in the playoffs. Cat is a defensive liability. Cat Anthony Towns is a defensive liability. I like their perimeter defense, like with Alexander Walker, Jalen McDaniels too. But I don't know. I don't know. Sneed. Sneed Mobile Tech. Is that Mario? Salud, mi hermano. Yo, shout out to you, bro. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it, man. Straight. What's good?
Hey, what's going on, Mario? What's up with the T Price?
Much respect, man. Much respect, man. Give me your thoughts on Denver. Do you think that they can repeat being a fourth seed?
Um, I actually see that changing, but if they were at the fourth seed, I don't think that it would be any problem because people got to realize that although Denver is sitting low, the West Mario is interchangeable. 1 minute you'll have OKC at the front. Next minute you might have the Clippers. Next minute you might have Minnesota, and then of course Denver. But I think people are forgetting two things. People are forgetting how much size Denver has, even though I don't think they have as much size as Minnesota. And then also they forget the obvious thing that they are the champs. It's like I was saying this on my show this morning. It's like Denver, the Raptors, and I would think maybe uh, there's one other team that I often forget that won the championship and nobody even talks about it. And it's like people forgot that they won the championship. They don't even respect. The Bucks. I forgot that. Yeah, the Bucks' second championship. They never talk about them. So that's how Denver is going to sneak on them, and that's how Jokic is going to sneak on them too, because they're rarely talking about him as the MVP candidate.
Facts, man. Facts. That's a great segue, man. I think Jokic is gonna win the MVP like not even giving 100% effort. You know, last year with all the Kendrick Perkins controversy and shit. You know, the white folks voting in for the MVP. I think Jokic this year, and that's another thing. People are saying, "Oh, Luka is the MVP. Tatum is the MVP,"
Absolutely not.
but I think Jokic is gonna win it easily.
Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. I think Luca has dropped off, and with and this is another thing too, Mario and T Price. Listen, people they got to give Tatum credit. Tatum has really worked on his game. His shot selection is way better than the past couple of seasons. That's one of the things that knocked him out because he was such a shot jacker. And then with the help of Porzingis and also everybody seems to forget about Drew Holiday being on that squad. It has helped him. It has helped him raise his game to another level.
That's a fact, and from the beginning, I said like this like a month ago. Like I said, Joel Embiid is not gonna win. He's missing too much games, and I don't know if you agree with me, but I thought that the sooner Joel Embiid gets disqualified, and obviously got disqualified, I think that she was gonna benefit the team because they were not gonna be thinking about, oh, we got to give Joel Embiid the ball. We have to be worried if he plays or not. You know.
I agree in a sense. Also, Mario, and some people are gonna probably disagree too, but I really don't give a. Man, I gotta stop cursing. I really don't care. And when I say this, because I am a Sixers fan, I want to get rid of Joel Embiid. Okay, y'all could kill me in the chat. I don't even care. That we need to get rid of Joel Embiid, okay, because they're talking about bringing him back for the playoffs, which I think is stupid. Okay, we're talking about a meniscus tear, which he played with before, and then also go ahead and just start building around the hometown kid, which is Maxey. We're speeding up the game. We got Buddy Hield. I didn't like the move, but people forget that Buddy Hield is shooting 48% since he got with the Sixers.
He's a sharpshooter. And if I'm not mistaken, the Sixers next year they're gonna have a lot of salary space, right?
Yeah,
Because they didn't give the extension
yeah,
to
seven,
Maxi.
man. It's horrible, man. And
It's
we
crazy.
were at like third at one point.
Yeah, and people were saying, "Oh, Joel Embiid has the best PER in NBA history. Oh,
That don't mean nothing, man.
that and people were talking about
That
it. They
don't
were
mean
saying,
that
"Oh,
damn
but
thing.
he has the highest PER in a season." It's like, come on, man. And and I don't know if you agree with me. You know, obviously you follow the team closely than me. But it was funny to me that you know this year under Nick Nurse, like for the majority of people, they realize that Joel Embiid can pass the ball.
Well, no. Well, I disagree with you on that, Mario. Now, listen, Joel Embiid has been a slept-on passer. If you go back and you go look at those games, he was very good at passing out of the post, and he also at the top of the key, he's made some good passes too. Because I think that what gets slept on. Like, look, I'll be killing Joel Embiid on my channel. So those of y'all that are subscribed to me and everything, y'all know I've been hard on Joel Embiid. Mario, and I even disagreed. I got killed for it. Everybody was like, "Oh, he's the MVP last year," but I've always stood on this. This is why Jokic kills him every time. It's because of his passing. But you're right about that. Joel Embiid, he is a good passer, but he's always been a decent passer. It's just his scoring gets. Oh, I mean, with the scoring, it often gets overlooked.
Yeah, and if the other day, like in the playoffs last year, I think Joel Embiid during his career in the playoff has more turnover than assist.
Yeah, and I talked about that too. He has a high assist to turnover ratio. But if you go look at Jokic's, it's phenomenal, both in the regular season and the playoffs.
Yep. Let me ask you this. Your channel is straight to the point, right?
Yeah, straight to the point, sports and entertainment, man.
Man, go subscribe to Straight to the Point, man.
It used to be Polo Sports Talk and ENT. T Price knows me and everything, but I changed the name. So if y'all want to go ahead, y'all can come there, man. Just rep for the LDBC all day. I miss chopping it up with Mario, man. I don't know if you remember me, man, but Mario, man, I remember Mario, man. Mario used to give everybody hell, man.
let me ask you this, man. What was your opinion when Joel Embiid didn't play against Denver? Like at the last second, they decided to not play him. What was your opinion about that?
I did a video on that, and I said they were right for doing an investigation on that. Because that's not cool, and it also more and more that just makes the case that Jokic is better. Okay, because it's like that seems to be his kryptonite, which is playing in Denver. I know people are going to be like, oh, yeah, well, Joel Embiid, he's nice fundamental-wise, and he's nice with his moves and all this other stuff. Okay, when's the last time he's been past a second round? Okay, when's the last time he's been to an Eastern Conference Finals? When's the last time he's won a chip? Yeah, you won an MVP, but that's the one that you begged for, just like James Harden.
I don't like players that beg for awards, like like you mentioned, Embiid and Adebayo, Bam Adebayo too, saying, "Oh, people don't watch the Miami Heat. That's why they don't vote for me for Defensive Player of the Year." It's like, bro, just play, man.
Right?
Let your game do the talk. Let your game do the talk.
I think Bam Adebayo does have a case, though. And he's had a case the last several years, because people got to remember, Mario, what year was it that Jimmy was getting hurt? I think it was like 2 or 3 seasons ago, when they put a lot on Bam Adebayo to carry the load, both defensively and offensively. And I said that it was one of those years, one of those 2 seasons, I felt like Bam Adebayo definitely had a case.
Definitely. But I think it was crazy for Joel Embiid not to play there, but as you mentioned, they did the right thing. Oh, and let me ask you this: what do you agree with the 65 game rule?
Hell yeah, I agree with that shit, man. People are so, man. See, Joe Dumars is, he's known as a old school, no nonsense type of player, and what's also slept on is that he was an Iron Man. Joe Dumars, he said, you're expected to play. Now you see everybody. Look at Kawhi. I think he got hurt only a couple of times or whatever, but look at Kawhi. He's starting to play. Guys that were usually getting hurt and stuff like that, or sitting out and stuff, they're playing. Look at AD. Nobody's even making those memes about AD no more. Yeah, he sat out against Boston and I think a couple of other teams or whatever. But AD has been the best player on the Lakers besides D'Lo.
Facts. But people gonna bring up the 25, 7 and 7 from number 23 or number 6. The one with the identity crisis.
Yeah. But AD, you can't say nothing about all these memes about him. Oh, my neck and my back, and all that other bullshit. You can't say that this season.
Is AD the best defender in the NBA?
No.
For you? No. Who's the best defender? Rudy?
I think if we're talking, are you talking about just overall, or just like, perimeter defender, or you talking about low post?
I mean, like an impact.
Because Wembanyama's leading the league in blocks.
Yo, what Wemby's doing is crazy, man.
Wembanyama's leading the league in blocks.
I don't think we've ever. I don't think we've seen 20, 10, and 3 blocks per game season since Shaq, and before that was Hakeem Olajuwon.
Right, and everybody wants to talk about, oh yeah, well Joel Embiid dropped 71 on Wemby's head. Well, you're supposed to do that first and foremost. And the thing that I give credit about, Ja Morant dunked on him and everything, but the thing I like about that is everybody's so afraid to challenge shots. that's what separates the international players from the American players. They're jumping up with him. Now, you said Rudy Gobert, he got exposed a lot the last few seasons about pulling him out and everything, but I think he's worked on that aspect of his game, so he definitely got a case too. But yeah, Wembanyama has. You can say what you want. Wembanyama has a case too, though. I'm not gonna say for defensive player of the year, but being one of the more better defenders now, even at his young age and rookie season.
Maybe he'll make All NBA defensive team. You know.
If he does, man, that's gonna be huge.
Yo, let me read the comments. The Wolves defense has been very good all year. They rebound well. I think it translates into the playoffs. I have concerns about the offense at the end of games in the playoffs when things get tight. Shout out to Sneed Mobile Tight. Salute, brother. Pagan 180. If Joel Embiid comes back, Philly has a shot in the East, and Bam should be in Defensive Player of the Year conversation, in my humble opinion. I agree. So if anybody wants to come in, I'll be here for some time. But you know, it was great. It was great chopping it up with straight to the point. Go subscribe to his channel. In the future, we'll be cooking here. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Ticket TV live stream. Don't forget to hit the notifications too, so you don't miss any of this content. Obviously, Herm constantly goes live. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. Trey, shout out to Trey. Trey, he also goes live. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel, man. If you got any questions, put it in the chat. If you got any questions, who is your obviously we were talking about MVP, and I think it's Jokic. But after Jokic, which one can be seen like a second candidate to win MVP? I think is what Shea is doing is crazy. What Shea is doing with OKC, with a bunch of young players, is crazy, man. Shea, also, that's another thing. People were talking a lot about Joel Embiid. Oh, Joel Embiid has scored 30 points in 20 straight games and shit. But people don't talk about Shea dropping like 30 points almost every single night, you know. But that's one of the disadvantages of being in a small market like OKC. But Shea's doing an amazing job. I think for the majority of the season, Chet was the Rookie of the Year front runner. But I think when Wembanyama is doing, like we were talking before, averaging 20, 10, and 3 blocks, leading the league in blocks, I think it's crazy. And I really like Jalen Williams. I don't know if you guys watch constantly OKC, but I really like Jalen Williams, J Dub as they call him. I really like those type of players like Jalen Williams from OKC, number 8. I really like Franz Wagner from the Orlando Magic. And that's another thing that I try to do, you know, like to talk about different players, not only talk about all the time about Curry, LeBron, KD, and other players. I like to always bring to the forefront role players, young players, international players. Obviously, as yo. Fell out. Good chopping it up with you, Mario and T Price. Shout out to Straight to the Point, Sports and Entertainment. Go subscribe to his channel, man. Straight to the point. Salute to you, brother. Thanks for being here with me. I really appreciate everybody in the chat. So that was it, man. I think Denver's gotta get to at least the number 3 seed. Because as things are looking to as far as today, Denver will who they will be facing in the playoffs, the Phoenix Suns. And that's something that I said at the beginning of this season, that Denver cannot have how can I say it? a tough road, man. Can you imagine playing Denver Nuggets, playing the Phoenix Suns in the first round, playing Minnesota in the second round, playing the Clippers in the conference finals? I think that's gonna be a mounting task, man. Nobody knows who will win it. It all comes down to who healthy in the end. Shout out to Elton Toparka. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, brother. But I think Denver has to somehow, some way, try to get, a favorable matchup in the first round. I think we need to get a favorable matchup in the first round. That ain't gonna be 16-4 type of record like Denver did it in the playoffs last year. I think this year is gonna be a bloodbath. I think Denver, at least in one series in the playoffs, I think they're gonna get into 7 games with another team. But like I said before, the last team that won a championship outside, being outside of the top 3 seed, was the Houston Rockets. So maybe history will repeat itself, and Denver will win a back-to-back championship. Being a top fourth seed, but that's gonna be a mounting task, like I said. But I got trust in the team. I obviously got trust in Jokic. And what he's doing, man, what Jokic is doing this season, the year before that, is amazing. Not a lot of people are talking about it, but we here. And I'm glad that we got a lot of some Denver Nuggets fan, T Carts, and there was another Denver Nuggets fan that are always in the chat. So, let me get some stats about Denver before I go. When we are talking about record against 500 teams, over 500 teams, Denver has a record of 18-15. 18-15 is the Denver Nuggets against teams with a 500 record. 18-5. The Clippers, 19-5. OKC, 21-12. The Timberwolves, 23-11. So Denver is under those other 3 teams, OKC, Clippers, and Wolves, in that area. That is the record against 500 teams. When we are talking about playing under 500 teams, home games and division games, Denver is also under those other 3 teams. So Denver's gotta play better. Denver's gotta tie things up during this last couple of games of the season. Obviously, Denver is not gonna have like the privilege that they got last year, where they can mess around at the end of the regular season. I think Boston is gonna have that privilege, or Boston is not gonna be worried about seeding, because I think they're gonna get a sufficient distance with the second team. So Denver's gotta fight. They gotta play better. They gotta stay healthy, and I think they can get a nice seed and deliver in the playoffs. So shout out to everybody, man. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, NBA a la Chilena. That's my channel. There is a playlist on my channel that you can go and watch. I got like 26 videos that I've done, like different interviews. I interview a professional woman, basketball player. Yeah. Shout out to Corey. So, I've been trying to do my little thing. Shout out to Ticket. Shout out to everybody here for the support. And until next time, this was my second episode here on Ticket TV. So shout out to him. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the LDBC community. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Straight to the Point. Shout out to T Price that was here too. And this has been our first ever episode of Cross Country Bowling Show. I'm your host Mario, and you will see me more on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to support Herm. Don't forget to subscribe everybody that go live here. in this platform. So until next time, everybody, have a good time. And I'm out. Peace, 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 peace. Much love, much appreciation, and much respect to everybody, man. Until next time, this has been Cross Country Bowling, the Cross Country Bowling Show, coming to you straight from YouTube Street. So shout out to you, shout out to everybody, man. Until next time, I'm out, I'm out, I'm out.